The planet Veora was unlike anything humans had ever seen. Its forests glowed faintly with soft purple light, and rivers shimmered with colors that seemed alive. Human colonies had begun to settle here, building domes and small cities at the edges of the great woods. Most humans kept to themselves, cautious of the rumors that floated through the galaxy, rumors of an intelligent alien race that once lived in secret on Veora. Lieutenant Arik Kane was part of the first group of explorers sent deep into the forest. He had trained for years, studying alien biology, survival techniques, and the delicate politics of interstellar contact. Yet nothing in his training prepared him for the feeling he had when he stepped into the forest that morning. A strange mix of awe and fear, like the planet itself was watching him. Arik's team moved carefully. Their boots made soft crunching sounds on the strange glowing moss, and their scanners hummed quietly, analyzing every plant, every insect, every movement. He was leading the team when he noticed something unusual. A soft melodic sound floated through the air. It was a whisper, almost like the wind through the trees, but different, clear, purposeful. "Do you hear that?" Arik asked, stopping and holding up his hand. The team looked around, their scanners showing nothing. "It's probably just the wind interacting with the foliage," said Sergeant Loma, his voice steady but his eyes scanning nervously. Arik frowned. No, this was different. It sounded like someone calling his name, but that was impossible. No one else was supposed to be here. He moved forward cautiously, following the sound. The whisper came again, soft and almost musical. "Have you forgotten me, human?" Arik froze. His heart pounded. The voice was gentle, almost sad, yet filled with a strange power that made him want to listen, to obey. His mind searched for a memory that did not exist, or maybe it had been buried so deep that he could not reach it. Then he saw her. A figure appeared between the trees, shimmering as if made of light and water at the same time. She was tall, with flowing markings along her skin that glowed softly in the dim light of the forest. Her eyes were large and golden, filled with intelligence and emotion that Arik had never seen before. She wore clothing that seemed alive, moving with her as if it were part of her body. The human's scanner showed nothing, but Arik could see her clearly, and she looked directly at him. "Have you forgotten me?" she repeated, her voice soft but firm. "Do you not remember?" Arik felt his knees weaken. He wanted to speak, but his voice caught in his throat. He had seen this face before. But where? How? The forest around them seemed to grow quieter. The glowing rivers dimmed slightly, and the leaves on the trees stopped moving. It was as if the planet itself was holding its breath. "Lieutenant Kane," said Sergeant Loma, his voice low. "Are you okay?" Arik shook his head slowly. I don't know. I think I've seen her before." "Seen her?" Loma asked, confused. "Where? How?" Arik could not answer. The memory was like a dream, hazy but powerful. He remembered a place of light, of music, and a gentle voice calling to him when he was very young. Could it be possible that it was real? Could a child on Earth somehow remember an alien princess from another world? The figure stepped closer, her movements graceful and confident. Arik noticed that the humans' weapons seemed almost insignificant, like sticks in their hands, and yet he did not feel afraid. He felt a strange calm, a pull in his chest that made him want to trust her. "I am Lysera," she said, bowing slightly, "Princess of the Veorians. Long ago our people were connected with yours. You and I, we were always meant to meet." Arik's mind reeled. The Veorians? The name was familiar from old texts, ancient stories dismissed as myths. But myths often hid truth. He took a deep breath, trying to steady himself. "Why now?" he asked. "Why appear to me?" Lysera's golden eyes met his. "Because the time has come for humans to remember, and for you, Arik Kane, to choose the path forward. The past is not lost, but it waits for those who are brave enough to seek it." The humans around him shifted nervously, unsure whether to raise their weapons. Arik stepped forward, placing a hand on his chest as a signal to his team. "Hold," he said. "She is not hostile." Lysera smiled faintly. "Hostile? No, curious, yes. You have grown strong, humans, but your strength is yet untapped. I am here to remind you." Arik swallowed hard. His heart raced with excitement and fear. He had always believed humanity could rise above its limits, could explore the stars and meet the unknown. And now, standing before him, was living proof of a connection long forgotten. A connection between humans and a civilization far older than anyone could imagine. Are you real? He whispered. Lizara's gaze softened. As real as the choices you make, and the courage you show will decide our future. The forest seemed to hum with her words. The team could feel it too, though none could explain it. Every leaf, every glowing river seemed to resonate with her presence. Then just as suddenly she vanished. Not into thin air, but into a shimmer that spread through the trees like sunlight breaking through mist. Arik staggered, overwhelmed. The whisper of her voice lingered. Remember, human. Remember who you are and what you can become. The team looked at him in confusion. Where did she go? Asked Loma. Arik shook his head. I don't know. But she's real. And we are not alone on this planet. For the first time in his life, Arik felt both fear and hope at the same time. He realized that humanity was not simply exploring the stars. They were part of something much larger, something that could shape the future of countless worlds. As they turned back toward the colony, Arik could not stop thinking about her. Who was she really? And what did she mean by remember? He knew one thing for certain. This encounter would change everything. The universe was bigger, stranger, and more amazing than he had ever imagined, and humanity had a role to play in it, a role they could no longer ignore. He looked back at the glowing forest one last time. Somewhere among the trees, Lizara waited, and for the first time Arik felt a shiver of anticipation. The adventure had only just begun. The forest of Veora seemed even more alive than before. After the encounter with Lizara, Lieutenant Eric Kane could not sleep. Her words echoed in his mind. Remember who you are and what you can become. They were not just words, they were a challenge to humans and to himself. The next morning, Arik decided he had to find her again. He could not explain why, but he felt drawn deeper into the forest as if the trees themselves were guiding him. His team followed hesitantly, scanning every step. The glow of the moss seemed brighter now, almost like it was lighting a path for him. Hours passed and the forest became denser. Strange creatures scuttled through the trees, their eyes reflecting the purple light. Birds with translucent wings sang in high-pitched melodies, and Arik realized this world was more alive than any human had imagined. Yet he did not feel fear. With every step, he felt a growing excitement. Humans were explorers by nature, and this was their chance to touch a world no one else had ever seen. Then, suddenly the trees opened into a clearing, and Arik froze. Before him stood a city unlike anything humans had ever built, or imagined. It shimmered and glowed as if made of crystal and energy. Buildings curved like waves frozen in motion. Bridges of light connected towers that seemed to float above the ground. The city pulsed gently, like it had a heartbeat of its own, and at the center of it all, Lizara waited. She smiled as he approached. You came, she said, her voice gentle but firm. I knew you would. How is this possible? Arik whispered. Why is it hidden? Lizara's eyes softened. This city is older than your human history. My people, the Veorians, built it to protect knowledge and life itself. Long ago, humans and Veorians were connected. We shared ideas, technology, and understanding. But something went wrong. The alliance was lost, and with it memories of us faded from your world. Arik's mind spun. Could humans have forgotten an entire civilization? Could a memory be erased from an entire species? Yet looking at the city, the glowing structures, and Lizara herself, he had no doubt it was real. I remember fragments, Arik said slowly. As a child, I saw visions. Faces, places, voices. I thought they were dreams. Lizara nodded. They were memories. The connection was never fully broken. Your mind kept a trace waiting for the day you would return. The humans on Arik's team were silent, watching in awe. Sergeant Loma whispered, It's unbelievable. A whole civilization hidden in the forest, alive and welcoming us. Lizara looked at them. We welcome you cautiously. Some among my people do not trust humans. They remember the past betrayal and fear it may happen again. You must prove yourselves not through words but through actions. Arik felt a surge of determination. Humanity had always been underestimated by the galaxy. They had survived wars, diseases, and disasters. They had solved problems no one thought possible. And now, face to face with a civilization older and more advanced than their own, Arik realized they had an opportunity. Not just to survive, but to show what humans could truly achieve. Lizara led them through the city. Energy flowed through the streets like water, and the buildings seemed to respond to their presence. A small floating device approached them, projecting images and data in midair. Auric watched as human history and Veorian history intertwined, revealing lost connections, shared knowledge, and inventions that could benefit both species. This technology, Auric murmured, it's beyond anything we have, and yet, it could work with what we know. Lysira nodded. Exactly. But knowledge alone is not enough. Humans have courage, creativity, and adaptability. Those are qualities my people admire. That is why you are here, Auric Kane. As they explored further, Lysira revealed the truth about the past. Long ago, humans and Veorians worked together to develop advanced energy systems, faster than light travel, and medical technology. But fear and misunderstanding caused the alliance to collapse. Humans left Veora, and memories of the Veorians were erased. Your people were not ready to see the full truth, Lysira said softly. But now, you are. Auric felt a mix of pride and responsibility. Humans had been given a chance not just to reclaim history, but to build a new future. But he also realized there would be challenges. Some Veorians still distrusted humans. Not everyone would welcome their return. And there were dangers within the forest itself, unseen forces that protected the city. Suddenly, a loud hum filled the air. The city pulsed faster, and the ground beneath them vibrated slightly. Lysira's face grew serious. Something is wrong, she said. Some of the Veorians oppose our return. They believe humans will bring disaster. They have activated security systems that could trap or harm you. Auric's heart raced. He had faced danger before, but this was different. These were not ordinary enemies. They were part of an ancient, powerful civilization. Yet he felt no fear. Humans had always faced impossible odds and found a way forward. We can do this, he said firmly. We just need to think, observe, and act together. Humans have survived far worse. Lysira smiled faintly. I knew you would say that. Let me show you something. She led him to a chamber filled with glowing panels and floating symbols. Energy flowed through the room like a river of light. Lysira touched a panel and the room expanded, revealing a simulation of the city and surrounding forest. Auric studied it carefully, noticing patterns and weak points in the security systems. Humans are clever, Lysira said. You see possibilities that my people overlook. This is why we need you. Not just to survive, but to help us restore the alliance. Auric nodded. He felt a surge of determination. Humans were not perfect, but they had creativity, courage, and the ability to adapt. That was something no machine, no alien could fully replicate. And now, standing in the heart of the Veorian city, he understood that humans had a role in shaping the future, not just for themselves, but for the galaxy. As they left the chamber, Auric felt a sense of purpose stronger than he had ever known. The forest outside was calm again, the glowing moss shimmering under the soft light of Veora. Lysira looked at him, her golden eyes full of hope. Remember this, Auric Kane, she said. Humans have the power to change not just their destiny, but ours as well. Together we can rebuild what was lost. Auric nodded, feeling a shiver of anticipation. The challenge ahead would not be easy. There would be doubts, dangers, and tests of courage. But for the first time, he truly believed in humanity's potential. The lost alliance could be restored. And humans would not just survive, they would shine. The adventure had only deepened. The real journey was just beginning. The Veorian city pulsed softly in the quiet of Veora's forest. Lieutenant Auric Kane and his team had spent days learning the ways of the city, studying its energy flows and understanding its people. Humans had shown their courage, their creativity, and their ability to adapt. Yet not all Veorians were convinced. Some still whispered in hidden corners, questioning the humans' intentions and readiness. Auric stood beside Princess Lysira in the main plaza, watching the glowing bridges stretch between the towers. We've come far, he said quietly. But I know there are those who still doubt us. Lysira nodded. Doubt is natural. Some fear change even when it is necessary. But actions speak louder than words, Auric. The test will come soon. As if on cue, the ground trembled. A low hum rose from the earth, growing louder with each passing second. Energy patterns in the city flickered and pulsed unpredictably. Auric's team watched in alarm as massive columns of light shifted and arched across the towers. What is happening? Asked Sergeant Loma, his voice tense. Lysira's face grew serious. The security system. It is reacting to a threat from within the forest. Some of the dissenting Veorians have activated ancient defense mechanisms. They believe humans are a danger and wish to drive them away. If we cannot stabilize it, the city itself could collapse. Arik's heart raced. The challenge was unlike anything humans had faced before. Powerful alien technology, unpredictable energy flows, and creatures that moved faster than the eye could see. Yet he did not feel helpless. Humans had survived impossible situations before, and now their ingenuity would be tested against the might of the Veorian city itself. "Lysera," he said firmly, "tell me what we can do. Humans will help. We can solve this together." She gestured to a floating console. Symbols and lights shifted in midair, forming a map of the city's energy grid. "We need to balance the energy," she explained. "The city responds to thought and action. Humans think differently than Veorians. You will need to combine strategy with intuition. Work with the patterns and guide the energy back to stability." Arik's mind raced. He studied the map carefully, observing how the energy flowed like water through the city. He noticed points where it overloaded, where the dissenters' interference created dangerous surges. Then, using logic and instinct, he began to direct his team, combining human creativity with the guidance Lysera provided. They moved swiftly through the city, placing energy stabilizers, guiding flows, and rerouting power through the floating bridges. The forest outside trembled as the city itself seemed alive, responding to their every decision. Humans and Veorians alike watched in awe as the team worked seamlessly, adapting to problems as they arose. "This is incredible," whispered one of the Veorian engineers. "Humans see possibilities we never imagined." Arik smiled, his focus never wavering. "We adapt. It's what humans do." Minutes passed, though it felt like hours. The energy pulses grew steadier, the glowing towers realigned, and the dangerous surges diminished. Lysera worked alongside Arik, her hands moving gracefully over the floating controls, her golden eyes guiding him. Together, human determination and Veorian precision began to stabilize the city. Then, the dissenting Veorians appeared, moving through the shadows of the city. They were tall, sleek, and powerful, their energy shimmering with distrust. But Arik did not falter. He stepped forward, hands raised in peace, and spoke in a clear, calm voice. "We are not here to harm you," he said. "We are here to help. Humanity has come to learn, to share, and to restore what was lost. Look at what we have done together. The city is alive because we chose to work with it, not against it." Lysera's voice joined his. "These humans are courageous, intelligent, and wise. They carry the spirit of your ancestors, and they honor the alliance that was once broken. Do not judge them by fear. Judge them by their actions." The dissenters hesitated, sensing the truth in her words. Slowly, they lowered their energy weapons, their mistrust softening as they observed the humans' determination and skill. The city itself seemed to respond. The pulsing towers aligned perfectly. The floating bridges shimmered steadily, and a gentle hum of energy filled the air. Stability returned. The threat was gone, and the Veorian city stood stronger than before. Arik exhaled deeply, feeling the weight of relief. "We did it," he said, smiling at Lysera. "You did it," she corrected, her golden eyes shining. "Humans have proven themselves. You have shown courage, wisdom, and the power to change the course of history. This is only the beginning." The Veorians gathered in the plaza, surrounding Arik and his team. For the first time, there was no fear in their eyes, only respect. Lysera stepped forward, raising her hand to address both humans and Veorians. "Today," she said, her voice carrying across the plaza, "we have witnessed the potential of a united alliance. Humans have not only survived, they have triumphed. Let this be the start of a new chapter, where our peoples work together, sharing knowledge, courage, and hope." The humans and Veorians cheered, the sound echoing through the glowing city. Arik felt a warmth in his chest, a pride he had never known. Humanity had faced doubt, fear, and the unknown, and had emerged victorious. Later, as the city settled into a calm rhythm, Arik and Lysera stood on a balcony overlooking the forest. The glowing rivers sparkled below, and the towers of the city shimmered softly in the light. "You've changed my people's view of humans," Lysera said softly. "You've reminded us of what is possible. Courage, creativity, and heart. They are not bound by species. They are universal," Arik nodded. "We've learned from you too. Your wisdom, your energy, and your connection to this world. It's inspiring. Humans have much to offer, but we also have much to learn." Lysera smiled. "Then let us learn together. Let us build a future where humans and Veorians are allies, sharing knowledge, protecting life, and exploring the stars side by side. Arik felt a shiver of anticipation. The universe was vast, full of wonders and challenges, but now he understood that humans were not just survivors. They were pioneers, explorers, and leaders. Together with the Viorians, they could achieve what no single species could do alone. The forest below glowed gently, the city pulsed softly, and the night sky above sparkled with countless stars. Humanity had reclaimed a forgotten legacy, proven its strength, and earned a place among the stars. And as Arik looked at Lysera, he realized that the future was not just about survival. It was about hope, courage, and the endless possibilities of what humans could become. The adventure had ended for now, but the story of humans and Viorians was just beginning. And this time the alliance would last, not because of fear or duty, but because of respect, understanding, and the power of courage.